What's poppin', everybody? What is poppin', y'all? Empress J checking in for another day and another message. I know how we do. We gonna vibe a little bit. We gonna talk. Hope y'all had a great day today. Happy Thursday. You said I don't give no fucks. Cause you really gotta be like that, right? You really gotta be on some. See, the reason why I say that and I played this is because it's a reason. Plus, we gotta support one another, right? Um, Time to get tactical, right? It's war with the capital. But we can't get there until we fight the war and win the battle in our minds, right? And within ourselves. And that's what we here doing. We healing, we learning ourselves, right? So this is the thing, right? It doesn't matter if it's your mother, your sister, your brother, your friend, your lover. I don't give a fuck who it is. You do not, okay? Do not give all of yourself to people who do not give all of themselves to you. Like if you giving of yourself, giving of your ends to the point where you gave more than what you got left, no. Especially the people who are not willing to refill your cup. People who are not willing to help you back the way that you helped them. It doesn't matter who it is. You can't allow that in your life. You have to always take care of number one. And I'm saying all of this because, like, in my classes, I hear people and I feel them, And there was a lady who, she gives to her mother and she pretty much puts herself in a position of lack for someone else. You can't do that. You can only really give what you have. If you ain't really got it all like that, you can't be really giving of yourself because then what's left? Like, there's not really much of anything left for you or your family. Like, you can't do that. You have to have boundaries. That is so spiritual and it's so necessary. Everybody can't enter into your dome. Everybody is not supposed to be able to manipulate the brain. You have to get yourself to a position where you're manipulation free. Nobody can get into your head and tell you anything or ask you for anything, and you would really go outside yourself to give when you don't really have it for yourself. Like, no, we can't be doing that. And another thing was making sure that like you validating yourself with yourself, because that's the reason why we'll keep giving of ourselves. Like, you need to validate who you are to you. Like, it doesn't really matter what people, how they perceive you, right? If they're not on the same level, you want to be perceived correctly according to your character, but you got to make sure you're putting out the correct kind of vibes. You want to be able to put out the kind of vibe where people know not to manipulate you. You are, you have rules. There's things that a person just cannot do, and like with you, it's just not going, I'm saying, it's not going to go. So like, you have to have those type of boundaries where you can be paying attention to the relationships that are around you. Those that you can't just walk away from. I mean, you can walk away from anything, but it's harder when it's your mother. It's harder when it's your father. It's harder when it's your brother, your sister, your lover, whatever. It's harder, especially when it's like parents. But even then, you have to be mindful of stepping back. Like, can't nobody, and then like, a lot of us were not raised with being told how to maneuver right. Like, we have morals, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't do this, don't do that. But going deep, you know, nobody really went deep with us. Like, with this shit, we had to figure out on our own. You know what I'm saying? So, like, understanding having boundaries, understanding that you must take time for yourself. Don't answer every phone call if you know who's calling and what they're calling for the most part, to get from you. And sometimes you just need to be given to yourself. Like, and it's very important to like be paying attention to who's in your circle and what role they play. Like, I don't play that in my life like at all. I used to, and it really messed me up with me because I really was like, giving up myself to people who really wasn't giving to me, and the shit that they was giving to me, it really was like always, oh, I gave you this. Yeah, I done gave you way more. I gave you my fucking time. Like, I was your counselor. Like, I helped you do shit. Like, but nobody ever, thanks you for that. But they're constantly asking you for things. But as soon as you need that kind of help, they're not there for you. You dolo. You by yourself. You gotta figure this shit out. So I'm telling you, just do that automatically. Like, really watch who you allow in your circle. And when you know that there's people already in your life that take, you have to put boundaries on how far they can go with you, how much you're willing to give, okay, before you're depleted. Like, you're not supposed to be depleted. I told y'all that. Like, no emptying of this cup ever again. It has to constantly be filled. And if people are not helping us refill this cup, then those people are not allowed in the bubble. Okay? They're not allowed around. Because, like, or when you do have them around, it's very, yeah, I'm saying time. We got about 20-30 minutes and then I got to roll. Like, because I'm not about to entertain that energy. And you'll also be showing people how they can deal with you. Like, you'll be rewriting the script on how to deal with you. Like, we used to accept a lot of things from people, but we know better now. So because we know better, we're going to do better. So we're going to show people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves and the way that we set up boundaries for ourselves with these said people. You know that so-and-so only comes around when they need something to eat. They don't never fucking, when they get bread, they don't never come back and be like, yo, you good? You need something to eat? The kid's good? Like, those kinds of people. People only want to go out and party with you on your dime. Oh, I got you, the next time, and don't never be no next time. Like, it's just, people are constantly taking. Or you're always, whatever, like always looking out for somebody who just don't look out for you. We all encounter that. And it's sad when it's like your mother. It's sad when it's like somebody really close to you that's supposed to be down for you, protect you, help you out when you down, but they don't. And that's like, when I heard her saying this today, I can't help but be like, listen, no, bro, like, no, you got kids, you got you, like, you got to take care of you first. Like, if she wasn't able to take care of her, you help. Like, that's enough. You don't keep helping. Like, come on, man. I'm over all of that shit. Like, I'll help if I can. If I can't, I can't. Like, me and the kids is number one. Like, and if I ain't got what we need, then nigga, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. And then you gotta sit in that energy and be cool with that, because when you give, especially to those who do not give back, you are making an ass out yourself, and you're showing people that it's okay to treat you any kind of way. They can keep asking you for things and they can keep getting from you without giving anything back. Like, that is a no-go, and that is like one of the things that a lot of us encounter along our days and our lives. Like, and is so we're so used to it that we might complain about it, but we keep doing it. No, you have to change your way of, like, interacting with these people now. Like, that's what I've been talking about now. Like, a person's like their MO, you know who they are and what they stand for or don't stand for, and you know how they move. So you act accordingly now. You don't let them empty your cup, especially when you constantly giving it to yourself and you trying to fix yourself. You trying to, like, break some generational curses and try to, like, be a better parent and be a better you, but you got people still taking. No, you have to draw that line. You know what I'm saying? You have to. It's very important, and the blessings that come after you start drawing lines with people and having boundaries is immense. It's, first of all, the power that you start to feel within yourself. Like, I really am controlling my own life. Like, you start to feel more in control of your person, like more in control of your dreams, more in control of you. And there's bliss with that. There's beauty in that. Like, don't nobody own you. Like, you liberate your mind so you can be divine, and what boundaries are. You start walking closer to that power that you have, and you know what I'm saying, you hone in on who you are, and you start recognizing who is taking or who is causing any type of imbalance in around you. Anything that's taking you off of your path or making you feel like less than, it's not allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a no-no. Gotta go. Bye. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we're going into a new year. We've been having shifts like crazy. All these different portals and this full moon and eclipses. So that means your energy is changing at a rapid pace right now. We're moving into a new year, okay? New, and when they say new year, new me, you have to really make that be a part of your mental state. Whatever you're dealing with right now in this time, we can let go of, we're going to be releasing through this month. We're going to be letting a lot of shit go so that we can walk into a new year with a new perspective and a new way of just kind of gearing ourselves. New dreams. If the ones that you have really don't suit the path that you're walking, get some new ones. Short term, that will get you to your long term. And in betweens if you need that. Like, really starting to hone in on who we are now and, excuse me, y'all, and what we want out of this life, okay? It's very important. Having boundaries, telling people what they can and cannot do in your life is very important. Don't be giving of yourself to everybody who's not worthy, okay? People who don't give back to you, you cut that shit off, man. Now, let it go. LIG that shit. You have to. Because if not, then you'll be empty. No, you'll be empty. Going into a new year, new possibilities, new blessings, okay? Everything that we want is here, okay? We just got to continue to do the work. Every day we're going to be growing more. We're going to be ascending more, and we're going to be working on these things throughout the rest of our life. This is not something that's just, oh, I did that and I'm done. No, honey, you're going to have to still constantly be perfecting that. And be perfecting yourself. As times change, so shall you, and our thought process will have to change as it's needed to, and we have to just constantly be just trying to be our best. That's really what it's all about, like being best self, so you can have the best result out of this life. Okay, that's what it's all about. Loving yourself is number one. I'm gonna say it every day if I have to. Like, love yourself. Okay, enough to know what's for you. 12:22 on the clock. Love yourself enough to know what is for you and what is not, okay? Nobody has to be in your life if they not adding to it. If they not adding to it, they gotta go. Know who you are. Love yourself, okay? Be your own best friend. The real friends will follow. They will come. Your soul tribe who's on the same level, they will find you. Sometimes you have to be in hermit mode. You have to be by yourself so you can figure some things out. Why didn't certain things happen correctly in my life? Why has this been, what certain patterns that you've had over and over that caused your success to decline each and every time? It's time for you to start really evaluating your life and what hasn't worked, who hasn't worked in your life, and start fixing it so that you can fix yourself, so you can constantly be liberating your mind and you can be ascending. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh. The more we are clear about, now the thing about thinking about your past is it's cool to think about your past, but we only go back there long enough to check the lessons, right? Pay attention to anything that we have done, okay? Anything that we allowed, anything that we can fix within self, okay? That's the only time we looking back within ourselves. We're going to sit with that, and then we're going to move forward, because now once you take the negative, anytime you're purging something, you have to take the negative out, but make sure you have something positive to replace that. So anytime, your thought process goes back reverts into anything that is in the past that was a negative thought or a negative part of who you were before you ascended, you have to make sure you have something to combat that negative thought every time. Like, oh, I should be further in my life. Well, I'm not as far as I'd like to be, but I'm on my way. Like, I feel myself moving forward to my abundance each and every day. Like, I'm making the steps to get myself to the desired, end place, to my desired goal. So, in turn, like, I'm in alignment. So every time I'm thinking, I could be further in my life, I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? Everything has brought me to this point. It's like really working with yourself. And yes, I said this earlier in the group, and the one lady just looked at me and was like, but that is so hard. Yes, it is. But the thing about it is, we will stop ourselves from moving forward with our positive thinking because it takes a little bit more of checking. It's hard because you have to deal with yourself. You have to look at yourself and the things that are around you and the things that you think about. And it's hard, but it's really not. It's really more of self-talk, and just you can fix any thought pattern by constantly replacing a negative with a positive. Alchemy, like, that's it. It's hard at first because it's hard to get yourself to that starting point, but once you're on this path, it's going to be easier and easier because now you can recognize everything that has been like and just looking at my time, that has been like an inadequacy, that has been like a blockage for you. Now you can see it clear, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're not going to be stuck in any thought pattern. It's like I wanted to be clear that for me, this spiritual journey of mine is like a release. I've been purging. I'm doing my best to release any negative thoughts, any negative ways of being, and any attachments that I have. I'm trying to do my best to recognize them and release them. Because as you release anything, now your cup has space. Your cup. You know what I'm saying? Like your brain, your heart, your body, like you have space for something new. It's hard to we not replacing, we just adding stuff on top of stuff, and then this stuff, like, you can't do that. You have to release, purge everything that's not necessary for the movement forward so that you have room for the new. Like, just like when we go to the grocery store, we got to clean out that refrigerator before we could put new stuff in there. I mean, that's how it go, right? Yeah. Right? It's the same thing with us. We have to get rid of things so that we can add something new constantly. Anytime the thought pattern gets to a place where we can't see forward, or we're not still on that positive mind frame, that's when we need to be checking ourselves, checking yourself at all the time. Like, even my thoughts, like, of what people say to me, or my facial expressions, I try to like catch them, like, let me not do that. Because as soon as somebody will say something, my face will tell it. Oh, I don't even have to say anything. But, so yeah, making sure you're paying attention to your, to the people around you, and making sure that, you're not giving so much of yourself that there's really nothing left for you. Like, you really have to be mindful of what you need and giving to yourself until you can't give anymore, and that will never end. You could always give more to yourself, more love, more time, more care. There's just not everybody really cares about other people the way that some of us do. So you have to be mindful that everybody's not going to treat you like you treat them, and they don't always give back like you give. So make sure you have enough for yourself, okay? Constantly keeping your cup full, all right? So I love everybody. I'm sending you positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending you a hug if you need one, a kiss if you need it, and keep your head up. It's going to get better. Abundance is on the way. Love yourself and love those around you that love you, okay? Not just because they're around. They got to kind of like, people got to prove who they are to us now. We ain't just taking everybody by face value. That don't fly no more. You got to show me who you are and earn the spot, okay? So keep your boundaries up and keep taking care of yourself, and have a great rest of your week. Peace.